The pier, the waves, the beach, the beauty, the softball. It's time once more for the PGF Championships. It is undoubtedly the very best amateur softball event on the planet. Hello, California. Let's hand out some hardware. The Fusion National, perfect in their visit to Southern California. They are crowned the PGF 16U Platinum National Champions. Bill Barber Park in Irvine, California is a memory-making machine every single year. You'll never forget your time should you qualify, let alone qualify for the finals of the PGS National Championships. This gathering is the Platinum Division, the 16U age group. Unity out of Florida, a Virginia-based team, and GTS Elite. Wisconsin making the trip out here and playing to the championship game. Goosebump moments. Get ready for 2 straight weekends of goosebump moments. This is a legend, an Olympian, a national champion, an All-American, Amanda Freed. My name is Darren Sutton. Thanks for being with us for these next couple of weeks. I think the best part about this event specifically, first of all, 2 teams that are outside of California, number 1. Number 2, you earn a berth in the premier 16U championship next year.
Oh, absolutely. This is one of the most competitive divisions at PGF, and this is just the beginning of 2 of the most incredible weeks. The best competition from around the country are gathering here in Irvine, Huntington Beach, and surrounding areas. It is the best of the best tournament, and both of these teams have had fairly smooth journeys to this point. We saw GTS dropped 1 game earlier today, a couple of close games they played to make it here to this championship game, but this game is winner take all.
That's amazing, right? That's amazing that you could pull that off on a must-win kind of day. The Unity team, Meadows Johnson, Coach Meadows, their head coach, Alyssa Henry, Adeline Matthews, Kennedy Shea. It's Ramos, Villano, De Leon, Aldridge, Viruet, and Meadows. Look, we'll introduce you to these athletes, their hopes, their dreams, their stories. That's something we take a lot of pride in as we see Hildy Dempsey in the circle. She is ready to roll. Both teams, good-looking uniforms, have earned their way. They're tired, there's no doubt. Adrenaline will carry the day, won't it?
Oh, absolutely. Just a couple more hours of hard softball, and then you get to celebrate.
Let's get things going over the outside corner. A little bit of run. We've got a left-hander in the circle.
Yeah, Dempsey's got a devastating down ball. She's able to get a lot of grounders. So something this GTS team is looking for, allow Unity to put the ball in play and just make outs.
Alyssa Henry comes up empty that time from Orlando, Florida at West Orange High School. She's a 2025 grad, so enjoying her senior year as she heads into that opportunity. The daughter of John and Katie, and a big brother, 19-year-old J.W. I bet he's proud of what she's accomplished. Look at that curveball dive into the other batter's box. Henry not even budging.
No, she's definitely a spark plug. That's what coaches say. As she goes, the team goes. I love when coaches say that. No pressure in that leadoff position, but she really can manipulate the defense. Has a lot of tools coming out of that left side. And showing off a good at-bat.
3 times, and we're talking about the state of Florida, 3 times all-state performer. Imagine that. First 3 years of high school softball. Those are her dream schools. September 1st, she can hear from those schools. 2-2, just got a piece of it rolling and foul. All academic team member as well. 3.8 GPA in the classroom. And Freed, you know this, you're good. You're a very good position player and a great athlete. If I ask your positions, you say center field or middle infield. I can play either one. Dempsey gets comfortable, has that one pulled to the right side, shoveling on a hurry as Gabby Christopher won out in the inning. And nice at bat, made her work, allowing the other hitters just to get a little bit of look at Hildy Dempsey because they know nothing about her. That's the challenge.
Yeah, and it's a really good job of Henry bringing that ball with her and showing off her speed. Nearly beats that ball out that was hit with fairly good pace to second base.
In the black uniforms, GTS 16U Elite as that one's rolled to the right side. Another chance on a tough hop for the second baseman, Gabby Christopher. The key was she beat that second hop, though, and it didn't get under the glove. Nice effort, 0-0.
Yeah, I'm with you. Those are so hard to read. You've got to either come in hard and try to eliminate that second hop, get it on the short hop, or sit back and read that long hop. If you sit back, though, there's no chance that that runner does a nice job of coming through for the out.
Kennedy Shea is committed to go to Georgia Southern. She is a 2025 grad, has made her decision. She'll play her final year at Strawberry Crest High School, which baseball and softball, great programs. Nate Swan, her coach there at Strawberry Crest High School for the softball team. Middle infield getting busy, unable to make the play that time though. Emma Andrews played it by her hip, by her side, and it ate her up.
So we're already seeing how Dempsey throws that ball down, gets a lot of ground balls, but this ball's hit hard. Gets that in-between hop, that's hard to read. Good job of knocking it down, gets it on the bare hand.
Jacksonville, Florida's Jazzy Ramos, the first baseman. Takes a pretty good looking pitch, just missed that inside corner. Ramos makes her home in Jacksonville, Florida, with mom and dad Iris and Miguel. And there are 4 Ramos kids at home. Well, 2 are grown and out of the home. Pretty pitch. Little screwball dots the outside corner.
Yeah, it looks like we're seeing an adjustment by Dempsey. I know it's still early in the ball game trying to figure out the strike zone, but when you're working down and not getting the knee high or high shin pitch called, it's time to make a little adjustment.
Yeah, but you hear what you're saying. That means you're elite. If you can make that adjustment first inning, that's why these players and these teams are here now.
Oh, absolutely. And that pitch down in the zone is hard to lay off of. So if you're facing a team that's willing to swing it at, you keep hammering that knee-high pitch.
Ramos, there is that same pitch. That one just a straight swing and a miss. 2-2 the count. What's the downward tilt that she's talking about?
Yep, so this is that pitch. It looked like that's about that borderline call that was a ball at times, but that's a gorgeous pitch.
Ramos, also a great soccer player, plays for her school as she takes that pitch low. Multi-sport athlete. We've been asking these athletes this week how many of them mix in other sports besides softball. Still at this 16U age group, you'll find quite a few that do. As she drives that one off to the right side. Then all of a sudden you see something up, and that's a great different look. And if you're Ramos, you almost feel like obliged to swing at that point because you can actually see the softball. Jasmine Ramos Merced, I should say. And Dempsey's got quite a routine. 3-2 ground ball, again the middle infield, knocked down to the bag. Almost accidentally pulled it together perfectly. Andrews knocked it down. Christopher picked it up, but couldn't beat her on the run to the bag. Couple of runners on.
Again, using the dirt, hitting the ball hard in the ground. Almost a beautiful play to tag second, and then a very close play. Shea going in, standing up, almost gets caught.
Right below the knees, that's the one she wants called because she wants hitters engaged with that one. Bria Villano is her foe now. American Heritage, a well-known school for athletics. She lives in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, waiting for the September 1st as a 2026 to get some calls. Daughter of Michelle and Christopher, as that rise ball is right up at the shoulders. Her dad, Chris, played college baseball at Nova Southeastern. Both her sisters, great volleyball players. As a matter of fact, both sisters played at the University of Tennessee. That's that screwball. She thought she had maybe widened the edge just a little earlier.
Yeah, I am really liking the eye that Unity is showing because some of these pitches are really close, but they're making Dempsey work. And then the confidence to come with that curveball on the inside part of the plate for the strike.
Multi-sport athlete Villano, the hitter, basketball, volleyball, like her sisters, and gymnastics as well. Fried and I were just talking about gymnastics. That's a good pitch on 3-1. But talk about a pitcher's pitch on 3-1 there.
Yeah, she's shown a lot of confidence, Dempsey is, on coming inside, and that pitch is being called a strike. So if that's what you're going to get, she's going to keep hammering it, and that's a tough pitch to get your hands inside of from that right-handed batter's box.
Couple of runners on. The count is full. The 3-2. Again on the ground. Outstretched glove. Fine play. Make it 3 fine plays by the second baseman, Gabby Christopher, that inning. 0-0, making it happen defensively for the team out of Wisconsin, GTS Elite. An opportunity for a team to play hot and to take some memories back to Wisconsin. Elkhorn, Wisconsin, to be exact. GTS Elite, and let's take a look at their starting lineup. Keely Thomas at the top of it, Emma Brackett. It's Connolly, Dempsey. Of course, Dempsey, the cleanup hitter and the pitcher. That says a lot, doesn't it? Andrews, Anderson, Howlett, Christopher Brebach is the left fielder. GTS out of Elkhorn, Wisconsin. Bree Clark is in the circle. Clark out of Panama City Beach, Florida, up there in the Panhandle. Is a commit. She's a 25. Southeastern Louisiana University is where she will go pitch. But before she plays her senior year and then heads off to Southeastern, we're going to watch her work now. And the first one is Keely Thomas, her foe. Left-handed bat pops that one foul. Mundelein, Illinois is her home. It's the high school there. Her dream colleges is a 2026. How about Illinois? How about North Carolina? A couple of places she'd love to go. Roll to the left side. Boy, the key's in the transfer, isn't it? Kennedy Shea knew she was dealing with speed, did not take any time at all. As a matter of fact, had her feet set when she fielded it.
Yeah, I was going to say, great. Look at she moves over, gets in front of that ball. Nice, quick transition. She knows she's dealing with a lot of speed. You can tell that these teams have done their homework.
I mean, some things you know. I mean, by playing hundreds of softball games as these athletes have, the top of the order, you know how you defend. You also know how your pitcher pitches as well. This is Emma Brackett. How about those hands? I hear we have a look.
Cool.
Hold on. Watch this. Boom.
Oh, look at that.
Coming up empty on that rise ball. Drifts up and away. Brackett lives in Madison, Wisconsin. He's headed to DePaul, the greater Chicagoland area. Angie and Ty, her parents. Same pitch, good take. We'll keep the theme going if you're interested when we talk about these athletes. This is also a volleyball player, multiple sport athlete. Can't lay off. Boy, that's tantalizing, isn't it?
Wow, such a different look than what we saw with Dempsey. This fluttering rise ball up in the zone. Brackett, a power slapper, just not able to keep the hands back and match that spin. But look at the rise, the movement on that pitch, not just up, but slightly away. It's a gorgeous pitch.
Also an Illinois native is Claire Connolly, the left-handed bat. Likes what she sees there in that curveball. Just a little bit late, though, and pops it up to the shortstop. Kennedy Shea, it lands in her glove. So far, pitchers, the story, defense. It's been fun. The beautiful blue skies of Southern California. For this Unity team, Cody Meadows is their head coach, John Henry, Willie Virouette, Chris Villanova, all on his staff. Several of these coaches coming from the Tampa Mustangs program, a well-respected program. As Michaela De Leon steps in. And the strength of the unity is the bond they have formed. 3 teams, they've competed against one another in Florida since they were, I don't know, 8, 9 years old. They brought it together. Unity is the philosophy. That's what makes them very special. So, in these good-looking purple and white and orange uniforms, if you go back a couple of years, all of these athletes inside that dugout were battling one another. And they pulled together for a strong national-level team.
Now it's going to be fun to see how that works out. It works out like that quite a bit. You have like-minded coaches and athletes looking to take their game to the next level. And this Unity program has been one that once it hit the big stage really took off, expanded. And we find them here in Southern California this time of year very often.
Michaela De Leon, Deuce, as they call her, out of Wauchula, Florida. Takes a look at that rise ball that disappears up and away. At Hardy Senior High School, where Jill Tyson is her high school coach. Still a competitor, not just in softball, but on the volleyball team for her high school team. Beautiful pitch there, some downward tilt again as that one disappeared away.
Yeah, trying to hit this pitch, especially with 2 strikes, when Dempsey's able to put it down in the zone, outside the strike zone. That's just tough, especially for a slapper coming through the box, trying to square up that barrel.
As far as the recruiting process goes, this athlete, Kirsten Aldridge, says her motto is be patient. Wait for the right time to come to you. Talented enough to be on this stage, and you can see a couple of her dream schools as she makes her decision about where she'd like to play in the future. Patience. It is a virtue, and it's hard to do when you're going through this recruiting process. You and I were talking about that pregame.
Yeah, and we see a lot of different schools now appearing on the watch list for these athletes because they're really doing their research. They're getting to know the programs. They're allowing the programs to get to know them because it's about finding the right fit. And a lot of times it's not what you expect.
An opportunity to help your family out with the education if there's a scholarship there. As you and I said, there is the 0.1% that may have some special NIL deal like Najee Kennedy just earned. And kudos to her. Base hit left field. Kudos to Kirsten as well. A 1-out single. That's the 3rd base runner so far.
And sitting back on this off-speed pitch, great job of pulling it into the 5-6 hole to get the base runner.
Nani Viruet is at the famed Doral Academy in Miami, Florida. He's another one making some decisions between FIU, Eastern Florida. Parents are Laura and Willie as she takes that one up above the strike zone. 1-0 the count. There's some of the thoughts we were talking about there for Nani. Dad, college baseball player. As a matter of fact, a minor leaguer, played in the Mets organization for a bit. Bouncing ball trying to shoot that hole again. Is there time to get rid of it? There is. Well, that's a nice recovery. Instead of a dive, I would almost call that play by Allison like a controlled fall, but she kept it together and it popped up.
Yeah, good job of making sure the ball goes into the glove. She wasn't just diving for diving's sake. She's very purposeful and going down for the ball, then gets up, recovers, and throws a strong strike over for the out.
McKenna Meadows' turn. McKenna from Lakeland, Florida. Dad Cody, her coach on this team. Boy, that's a tough take. Runner in scoring position. Aldridge hangs around on that great diving play, moves to second. Hitter's count of 2-0. Well, she has a knack. Is that trickles on through. How far through? Gosh, too far for everyone's liking. I was going to say she has a knack working in the circle, Dempsey, of really making gutsy pitches down in the count.
Yep.
Like perfect pitches.
I agree. She's painted the outside corner when she's needed to. She's come in tight. She just hit that ball down in the zone. But I like how consistent she is. It makes it easy on the umpire and very predictable.
How tough is that for a younger pitcher to grasp the pitch we just saw there? Glove side fastball in on a right-handed hitter.
Yeah, that's tough because first and foremost, it takes confidence to know that you can thread the needle. Look at how tight these hitters are on that plate. There is not a lot of space, and they don't have to move, but to execute that pitch between the plate and the batter's box takes a lot of guts and skill.
Ties her up nicely after that pitch in. She goes up and away, just couldn't catch up with it. Could Meadows. Little pop out to the second baseman ends it. Florida, Wisconsin battling here in beautiful California. Beautiful Southern California, Irvine, California to be exact, about 15 minutes from the Pacific Ocean. In the circle, Bree Clark gets ready to go back to work. Multiple spins, 2 different off-speed pitches. Her best pitches, in her opinion, the screw and the off-speed curve. Low to mid-60s. A lot of pop-outs when she's right. The opposite of her foe. She wants them in the air. Her foe wants them on the ground. That's her scouting report. Bree Clark.
And it's really shown. We've seen a lot of fly balls. We've seen how she's been able to spin that ball up in the zone, whereas Dempsey hard down, lots of ground balls.
Hildy's hitting now. 1-0, 2-0 now as that one misses up and away. She's from Jefferson, Wisconsin. Coach Jeff Agnew keeps an eye on her on the softball diamond as her head high school softball coach. She is going to play at UCF, going to Orlando, Central Florida. Beautiful pitch. Curveball right over the outside corner. Backdoored that pitch.
And another adjustment that we're seeing now from Clark. Tried to go up in the zone, wasn't getting it called, so comes back down.
Changed up on her. That was a dandy, huh?
Yeah, it's the first good look at that pitch that we've seen right at the knees. So that's going to be really effective. It's got that up and almost screwball spin to it, but it does stay down in the zone.
Elevated, empty swing. That's strike 3 to Hildy Dempsey, who, by the way, her sis plays at Wisconsin, plays softball there. It's been a great experience watching her play. By her way, her sisters, Eden, and then her other sibling, Hayden.
Emma Andrews.
Well, this strikeout's just due to the sequence of pitches that Clark has thrown. She worked up to begin, went down, went off speed, and then went back up, but in a place that's just tough to lay off of.
Grays Lake, Illinois is the home of Emma Andrews as she takes a curveball for strike 1. It's 2025, still making a decision between those schools right there. M, as those who care about her call her, as her nickname. That rise ball is really tough.
And it feels like it comes in at a couple of different speeds. She can throw that waist high, chest high, and then up there through the eyes.
The daughter of Christian and Heather has only played softball. She loves it that much. 9 years now, she says, I think. Other sports, not for me. Softball all the time. The 1-2. Good take. It's all right. When you look how you're looking on your couch at home, you think, why wouldn't you take that pitch? It ends up helmet high. It's just not that easy.
Yeah, it's not that easy, and that pitch had a little off of it as well, but when it's coming in, it looks belt high out of the hand.
And then you have that. A little bit of a left turn at the last minute, swing and a miss. And I almost think you're waiting for that pitch to rise.
I was going to say, you're expecting a rise ball, maybe down in the zone, but instead comes with that curveball, and this runs from inside corner to outside. It's not a outside to further outside. That pitch you have to swing at. You could see how uncomfortable it was for Andrews.
Franklin, Wisconsin's very own Kaylee Anderson. She's at Franklin High School. There's that curveball right over the inside corner. Went and grabbed it. That started right at her kneecaps and then hit the inside corner. This uncommitted 2026 awaits September 1st. Love to stay somewhere in the Midwest. The daughter of David and Katie. 1-1 the count.
Such an exciting time of year for these athletes. Those 2026s that are just waiting another month until they can open up that recruiting process.
Popped up. Right side. Good communication. That's Adeline Matthews, who has been the battery mate for Bree Clark. Bree Clark, nothing short of dominating thus far. Well, it really looks pretty. The new overhang, the shade provided here in Irvine, California, Bill Barber Park. That was a nice addition, huh? See these athletes taking it in and working their way to the Platinum Championships. This is such a pretty facility.
Yeah, and every year I feel like they add something to make it even better, but this year in particular just looks nice. The shade really adds a lot. I mean, these athletes, these families have been out in the sun all week. There's been some nice shade in these ballparks, but this is luxury for them.
All right, let's get back to the top of the order. Now here we go, second time through. Let's see how hitters like Alyssa Henry respond to the nasty dirt divers that are being thrown up there by Hildy Dempsey. It's down, 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 occasionally up, but she wants you hitting the top of the softball. That curveball misses outside. Olympic gold medalist Amanda Freed. My name is Darren Sutton, and we've been doing this together for at least a dozen years. And we're really lucky every year to get invited back. Of course, Amanda's still 29. That one is topped foul back behind home plate. Started when you were 17.
I'm a youth prodigy.
That's exactly right.
Even if we weren't invited, I'd probably just still come.
You just show up.
Just
plug in somewhere. I do that a lot still in my broadcasting career. I just find a booth and just plug in, make myself at home. 2-1 the count. Dempsey. There it is on the ground. You had better hurry on an in-between hop. Look at the speed up the line. Nothing Emma Andrews could do. As a matter of fact, she played it perfectly.
I would love to play infield behind Dempsey because you know what you're going to get, and it's not easy. But these infielders are so good at reading those hops. They know that they have to charge, and they know at this level they're facing a lot of speed. Andrews did everything possible to come through that ball, throw a strong strike, but there's a lot of speed out of there, Henry.
Guess what Duke did? They went down to Tallahassee, Florida, and got Addie Matthews out of the home of Florida State, right out of the backyard. This 2025 is a Duke commit. And what a promising future for her at Lawton Childs High School. Runner on the move, trying to swipe it, beautiful throw, hangs in, makes the tag. And from behind home plate, that was Kaylee Anderson with that gorgeous throw. We're going to take another look at this one.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Henry absolutely thinks she was in. And from here, the ball beat the runner, but that was a really beautiful slide. So arguing that maybe the hand beat the tag. Let's take a look.
Well, from that, here we go. This should answer the question. See, man, I don't think she tagged her till here,
I think
right
her
here,
hand is in
the
there.
backside.
I think she made it.
One challenge, and if it hits, then you get to keep it and use it again. If it is not overturned, then of course that's your challenge. This will tell the story right here. The key is, did she get her there in the elbow, or it was kind of the back hip pocket the first time she tagged her?
Yeah, it looks.
She's in.
I think she's in there.
I think even if she got her right there in the elbow, I think her hand's on that bag.
And I think you could tell by the reach, she continues to reach because there is some distance between her arm even, and the glove.
Yeah, safest to call, I'm guessing. We'll see what they decide.
When it's such a nice slide because she goes to the back of the bag, Andrews receives in the front. The glove hasn't moved yet. There it hits the body.
Continuing to work, take a look at that again, seeing if it's a well-spent replay. And I think that they may have made their decision here. All right, here we go. So the appeal stands. It was well spent. A well-spent appeal. And part of the reason, to be fair, was the level-headedness of Alyssa Henry. I think Henry, she and her coaches have an understanding that if I'm going to sell you on this,
right,
please believe me.
Because it's not an emotional sell. Because a lot of times you get up and you're like, no, I made it. And then the call stands. But no, absolutely. She knows without a doubt that she was in safe. And her coaches, they know what she's capable of. They believed her. And that challenge was successful.
Back to the screen. That fast replay that we showed, more normal, was very interesting the second time because there was almost the, I'm going to pop a second tag. I don't know if I got her the first time. And that was super telling, even watching it on the quick normal replay. Boy, nice job, gentlemen. And ladies out there athletically. Adeline Matthews still takes a screwball that misses outside. So here's the thing about Dempsey, though. She's been standing right around the fire the entire time, and she's pretty calm and collected. And that's why I think it's at least trying if you're Henry, to steal a bag is important.
Yeah, absolutely. Getting a runner into scoring position with nobody out.
And that's why, oh boy, tough hop. Unable to recover. She's been so good, Gabby Christopher. But there's nothing you could do with that. She's fortunate she knocked it down. And that's a big break there. Runners on first and third.
Yeah, this is so unfortunate. Look at that high hop. She's positioned so well in front of it. Great job of keeping it on the infield. If that ball gets through into right field, a run does score. Keeps the ball in the infield, but just not able to get that out at first.
Wow, we changing things up? We'll see for how long. You know that when you watch the work and how she works of Dempsey, that this is a pitch to contact ground ball pitcher. Addison Cluck, it may be the situation where you're chasing a strikeout, you think, Freed, here?
Yeah, well, they complement each other really well. So Cluck is that tall right-handed pitcher with a good rise ball, so she'll get a lot of swing and misses. So right now, even though the ball's going to the infield, Unity's been getting a pretty good piece of the barrel, hitting it hard into the dirt. So the thought possibly is, let's get the ball up in the air. Let's, I don't want to say, I mean, you want to keep it in the ballpark, obviously, but those hard ground balls could probably do more damage at this point than a little fly ball.
Well, how good is your pitcher if she goes out immediately and starts playing somewhere in the field? And that's exactly where Dempsey goes, to left field. A little bit about Addie Cluck, as her mates call her. She's from Wausau, Wisconsin. DC Everest is her high school. She's going to Queen's University of Charlotte. She's a 2025 grad. Did a lot of research to make that decision, and obviously this is a big, big chance for the daughter of Jessica and Jeff here, Addie Cluck. Fastball, screwball, rise ball, drop, and a changeup. She shared. Those are her pitches. Big chance for the three-hole hitter, Kennedy Shea. Runner on the move, trying to draw a throw, no throw at all. Little game of chess there as Matthews steals second. Kennedy reached on a miscue, an error by the shortstop Andrews, her first time up. Tough pitch right up under her elbows. I think you said it perfectly. They do complement one another. Just a matter of if she's ready to have the command that is needed. Boy, that was pretty. That got on her quickly.
Yeah, Cluck is very efficient with her motion. She's tall, but she gets through it quickly, nice and long. and just hammers that zone. That's a nicely executed rise ball. Right back with a screw.
Yeah, right over the inside corner. Big time basketball, volleyball player as well, Cluck. Two, Ian on the knuckles, and it's lifted foul. Well, she is chasing a swing and miss.
As long as she puts that pitch, that last one is in a really nice spot inside. Not a whole lot you can do with that as a hitter.
Popped up to the right side. It's played on a hop. Throw behind at third. Everybody's safe. Boy, that became very, very tough to play that softball. Because you had, and I think wisely so, Henry taking about 5 steps down the line.
I was a little surprised at first that I didn't see an all-out dive to try to catch that. But the ball pops right back up, and as a base runner, you can't take off because that ball could be caught. Instead, bases loaded, no outs for Unity.
Yeah, exit velocity, who needs it? That one's popped up over our head. Kennedy Shea says, I'll take that single all day long. Like a sand wedge that chucked up behind the circle. Jasmine Ramos. She singled. Hit it firm back in the first inning. Damage hitter. 1-1 the count. Virginia, Unity, Meadows, Johnson. Virginia, the founding state of this program. These athletes are based in Florida. As that one is lifted, left field, toward the wall, just shy of that wall. That is a sac fly. It is an RBI, and for Unity Meadows Johnson, it's a 1-0 lead in the 16U Platinum Championship. She just missed hitting that one.
Right off the bat, it had the right launch angle. It was on its way, but you could see that it just didn't quite have the distance. But good enough for that sacrifice fly in the first run of this ball game.
Bria now takes a pitch just off the plate inside. We're talking about her sisters and their athleticism. How about Bria's brother, who plays soccer at Harvard as well? So she'll be child number 4 out of the house and college athlete number 4 out of the house.
Good job, Mom and Dad.
Yeah, good job, Mom and Dad, and good job, kids, helping Mom and Dad out with some tuition. Spoken like a true parent. You'll be there soon. You'll be there soon.
I don't know.
It's happening fast.
I've only got 2 kids, and it's rough.
Every little bit helps. Sky back behind home plate, should run out of room, and she does. Kaylee Anderson gave it a look. This is an athlete, when we talk about Bria, who was a pretty intense gymnast. That was part of who she was when she was younger, and had a pretty serious broken arm in gymnastics. And came back, competed only to break the same arm again. She said it got frustrating. Tough when you're younger. Skies that one. A trio come together, and a nice job. The fire to the plate. Oh, what a throw. But in time, sliding safely there, Matthews. That was a beautiful throw by Dempsey, the previous pitcher from not too long ago. And another run. Back-to-back sac flies.
And tagged up really well. Look at the timing, because this ball isn't hit very deep, and the release is pretty quick, strong throw home, but a nice job of sliding right into the bag. Matthews goes in hard. Disrupts that tag, but she would have been in there safely.
Michaela De Leon. This is the house money at bat. We all know it, right? If you're in this mess and your back's against the wall, there's a little bit of luck that went your way, and you are, in fact, the team GTS, and you get out of it with 2, you feel good. You give up that third, that hurts with 2 outs. That's what Unity wants. In part, and I know it's very early, so I'm careful how I say this, but Bree Clark looks really good thus far. 3 runs feels like a pretty tall mountain.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, the way that she's been throwing.
Well, how good was that 2-0 pitch? 2-1 the count. 2-0 the score. Unity. The Florida-based team, GTS Elite. Beautiful Elkhorn, Wisconsin. Drops it down, trickles foul. That's well played by Allison. She'll tell you that's what I'm supposed to do, but still well played.
Yeah, sometimes with 2 outs, you click into autopilot and you just think you need to get that last out and you press. But a really good job of recognizing the spin and the situation and allowing it to go foul.
Addison Cluck trying to keep it at 2-0. 16U PGF Platinum Championship game. Heck of a take. 3-2 the count. Knocked down. Nicely played. Andrews turns it into an out, but not before. Unity, Meadows, Johnson. 6 years they were foes, this team. Now they've pulled together. Pretty good start in the 16U Platinum Championship. Addison Cluck had her hands full when she came on, and there was a couple of favorable bounces too as well, but she keeps it at 2-0. Third run did not cross the plate. 7, 8, and 9 for GTS, the Wisconsin-based team. Allison Howlett. Howlett out of Watertown, Wisconsin. Watertown High School. Leaks out front just a little bit. She's in the hole 0-1. She'd love to play for the Badgers someday, as you can see. Jackie and Eric, her parents, who have seen their daughter call her summer unreal. She says how much I've grown, how much I've learned, and even from a ton of mistakes I've made it as a softball player. Curveball, a nasty one with a little bit of rise to it.
I love watching this pitch. Look at how much movement's on that. It looks like it starts down at the knees.
Right in on the hands. And a nice play there. That's one of those pitches where you see it off the fingertips. You think, I'm about to square this one up, and then, you don't. Good screwball.
Now batting.
Yeah, it's in, out.
Second baseman.
It's not down much, but then it's up.
Gabby
Yeah, and it's a couple of different speeds also. I think that's where it gets really tricky. Is she's come with kind of a soft floating rise ball, and then we'll put an extra 3 to 4 miles an hour on it and burn you through with a chest high.
Marengo, Illinois is the home of this athlete who has been a really good second baseman so far. She hits now for the first time. Gabby Christopher at Marengo Community High School. 2-0 the count on Gabby. Dot and Jenny, her parents. Maddie and Kylie, her siblings, both older siblings. But she has a knack, doesn't she, for that comeback or curveball. It starts almost off the plate in and then splits the plate. It's almost a late reaction swing.
Yeah, it's a little backdoor.
Down off the end of the bat. Another play. That's 2 of the last 3 outs have been made by Adeline Matthews, the catcher.
Yeah, Matthews has been hopping up, showing off some good agility to find that ball quickly.
pitcher, number 18, Addison Cluck.
Addison Cluck steps in for Nina Brebach. And the change, they wanted to keep Cluck's back active as she swings through that one. 0-1 the count on Addison. Again, a taller athlete with some leverage. Hoping maybe she runs into one. Finds the alley somewhere. Popped up right side. Right in front of her dugout. She could just step right on in, Jazzy Ramos. Instead, she'll greet her teammates. She and her teammates through 3. Unity out of Florida on top, 2-0. Morgan and Michael Gonzalez really the leaders as far as diamond sports go in the great state of Wisconsin. GTS, baseball and softball, but it's all about softball now. Morgan, thanks for spending time with us. We really appreciate a few minutes. What are you, as you watch your team play, most proud of as you're here on championship day?
I'm super proud of how they've played this whole entire week. It's definitely been a grind, but you know, we're really, really proud to be up on this stage, and I'm just so proud of how they've played and played together. They're awesome. So.
Coach, it's been really fun to watch Dempsey and Cluck complement each other. What's your strategy with those two pitchers? How have you been able to use them through this tournament and this whole season to be successful?
Yeah, so Hildy Dempsey, she's a lefty. She keeps the ball down and really spins, could keep batters off balance. And then Cluck is a completely different look. She likes to throw the ball up, and so they're 2 completely different looks, being a lefty and a righty. So them paired together, like they really do a good job keeping the batters off balance for sure.
Would love to hear, before I let you go, about what you and your husband have built in Elkhorn, Wisconsin. You guys obviously have put in a lot of work, your history with the sport, but introduce us a little bit to the impact you guys have had locally.
Absolutely, yeah. So both my husband Mike and I were both college athletes. I grew up in Illinois, he grew up in Wisconsin, and that's one thing that we wanted to bring to our area. It's a small area, just competitive baseball and softball. So it's, you know, the last 10 years have been awesome, just kind of growing it year by year, and you know, here we are. So it's been great.
Bunted first base line off the mound. Cluck throws a little bit low, and that one trickles away toward the corner. Could be a play at third, the wheel all the way around. And standing at third, Coach. Many blessings to you and your family, especially the newest one on the way.
Thank you.
We thank you for your time.
Thanks, appreciate it.
She's ready to go coach and make sure that third run doesn't score. How fun. Her and her husband have built something really special there. Costly miscue, though. Beautiful, beautiful opportunity. Should have just been one base.
Number 4, Royani Brevet.
Cluck misses the inside part of the plate. Yeah, it was, we're talking about Morgan, her husband Mike, as she said. She played softball at Whitewater and coaching for 8 years. Their 2 kids, Cash and Bryn, are 6 and 3, and then there's a little boy on the way.
That's so fun. Keep them busy. The little softball siblings at the ballpark are always my favorite.
3-0 the count. That one misses high. Leani Virouette. Three and 1 the count. Third baseman and a first baseman defensively for Leati. She's the DP in this game. A wide open stance. And a patient at bat, couple of base runners on.
I believe the first walk issued in this ball game. We've had some really nice pitching performances.
Second baseman, number 1, McKenna Meadows.
McKenna Meadows pulls her hands in on the ground, shot on across. Back throw over there at third. Nice play defensively by Allison Howlett. Runner moves into scoring position. Runners on second and third now, 1 away.
Center fielder, number 9, Alyssa Henry.
There's that pesky Alyssa Henry. Nice job trying to frame the pitch up by Kaylee Anderson. Missed off the plate outside. Henry. Single. Stole a base. Scored a run.
She's had a couple of really nice at-bats. Even if in her first at-bat, 6 pitches, ended up with a ground ball to second base, almost beat it out. Then a base hit in her last at-bat, but as you said, she's pesky. Somebody you don't want on the bases.
You know what I love about Coach there? Is that he covered up his words so we couldn't read his lips. Yet he has such a presence. We picked him up with the crowd mic. That's the kind of presence you want, though, in your coach, as she comes up empty that time. That was cool. That was fun. Yeah, when you get coaches like this who have built programs separately that are able to check it at the door for the sake of the athletes win.
Yep. Just let them play.
Rolled out towards short. You take the out that's in front of you, and another run scores. That's Henry, right? That's knowing the situation, not overswinging, understanding any contact's going to be an RBI on the ground.
And I think I've been really impressed with this Unity team and their ability to hit in different situations. We've seen the ball hit to the right side to move runners from second to third. And then if this ball is hit anywhere to the right side of Andrews, that run doesn't score. She's got a hold, but instead, one step to the left means run scored.
Right-handed hitter Addie Matthews. Catcher, outfielder by trade, the Duke commit. The big sister to Anna Kate. While Addie is a 16-year-old, 6 years younger, Anna Kate. Her parents, Amanda and Blake Matthews. Pulls the hands in, lifts that one to left field. Putting that one away is Hildy Dempsey out there. All right, let's see if the team out of Wisconsin has a little bit of magic right now. Kick that bat rack. They're down 3-0. Beautiful, beautiful opportunity to enjoy the sunshine. A little bit of dancing. Oh, man, just moving in California. What an opportunity, too, to connect with this coaching staff. We've enjoyed watching them work. Cody Meadows. Cody, thanks for spending time with Amanda Freed and I. We really appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having us. Thanks for having us.
Love to know how teams with 3 great leaders like you, 4 great leaders, you guys all kind of check it at the door for the betterment of the athletes. You guys had all built something, and you collectively pull together for this program. Describe it to us, please.
Oh yeah, man. It's a unique group, man. We've a lot of these athletes competed against each other for most of their lives. 3 different programs that came together in the state of Florida and just put our athletes together and you know, let them get out there and play the game. Keep some athletes close to home, and it's been a reward in their play, and just fun to watch. Just super fun to watch.
And Coach, I want to talk a little bit about your pitcher out there in the circle. I know you've got a deep pitching staff. What went behind your decision to start Clark today, and what are you most impressed about her performance so far?
Well, honestly, she's a kid that misses barrels for us. She's consistently missed barrels throughout the course of the season, and I mean, our staff's as good as any in the country. I feel we accomplish things by committee. We have we have 4 of them that are always ready to go. Bree's obviously one that we trust with the ball at any time, so we just lean on her for this start right here.
Beautiful approach, slapping it into left field. Coach, look, you have high expectations. You've built a unique team. Were your plans to be here? It takes so much to get here, but were you hoping when you got here, were you talking about let's play the last game?
So that's been our motto. Our motto's been the last one's the most important one. We've had a lot of breaks this season. Girls played a lot of good ball, just haven't got the ball to roll their way. So this week we've gotten the ball to roll our way. We're a firm believer that it takes a little bit of luck with a lot of skill and a lot of work. So we've just been fortunate to get a few balls roll our way this time, and we'll take it however it comes.
Cody Meadows, John Henry, Willie Virouette, and Chris Villanova. Thank you very much, man. What a staff you have.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having us.
Cool stuff. Very cool stuff. And that's good. They were right down. Boy, they're grinding down there, aren't they?
Yeah, that was some
notebooks,
incredible
spiral
multitasking.
notebooks, people leading. I mean, like, it was like a back-to-school sale going on right there in front of us. Just clipboards, and like there's clipboards. Then he was leaning across. That spiral notebook was across. He had to lean over to make his note. You got the clipboard. See, that clipboard on the right actually holds things, so it's a clipboard and a briefcase, really.
That's
if you
right.
want to put it together.
But never.
Hey,
never
Coach,
books
you're
dry.
still with us. We're talking behind your back now. See, you're not supposed to be hearing us now.
Yeah, we got a lot of tools that we try to use at our disposal, but you know.
Who's standing to your right? Who's
That's
standing?
Chris Milano.
What's in the spiral notebook? What's in the spiral notebook? Can you tell us?
That's his. He doesn't even tell me those things, so I really don't know. 444.
Are you pitch calling now?
I am. Yes, sir, I am.
Okay, you're you know, just unofficially, you're free to go if you'd like.
Awesome. Thanks so much. All right.
Putting a little pressure on a stolen base. By the way, Brackett's approach was beautiful. That's your only chance to pick up a hit the way she's throwing.
Yep, absolutely.
Now we can talk behind his back. Take the headset off. Let's see, was this worth an appeal? Yeah, it would have been.
Wow.
Roller to the right side, in between, not in time. Oh boy, I'm sorry. Didn't look in time. But maybe it was. And if that's the case, McKenna made a nice play.
Yeah, that ball took a funny little hop to her left.
Yeah, she's safe dramatically. Why'd spend that appeal? They do know they can challenge, right?
Well, back to back. You can imagine what the situation would have been. 2 runners on base
Time
instead.
is called. Time is called. I think
Dempsey.
she's going to spend that appeal. Yeah, that's the right call. This shouldn't take long.
Coach's challenge.
Yeah, this one's right here is where the discussion ends.
And then it's this button.
Perfect.
Oh, you're nice and tall.
This one?
Yes. So just talk.
So there you go. So there will be runners on first and third, and now all of a sudden, and again, one appeal. If you spend it properly and you have it overturned, you keep that appeal for later on.
Yeah, that's where it gets tricky. In the 4th inning, you think, gosh, there's still a lot of ball game left. I don't want to get to the end and wish I would have had an appeal left, but that play right
hear
there,
you
that
now. I
safe
hear you.
call really could change the dynamic of this inning.
Okay, thank you.
All right, it's pretty clear, so this shouldn't take long.
I got it.
Take a look. There we go. Safe is the call. So now all of a sudden, that was well spent, Coach. Nice decision. And by the way, at the last minute, she made that
Right, yeah.
decision. So Claire Connolly is on. Now there's something real here for GTS. Not that Bree Clark can't just shake it off and work through it, but the first real threat. It was literally 10 in a row to start the game. And maybe the best all-around athlete on this team is Hildy Dempsey. See if Connolly takes off. Dempsey drops down that bunt, settles in front of home plate. The slide out at the plate. Excellent job by Adeline Matthews, turning around and popping the tag now.
Well, we've been watching Matthews behind the plate all game, the way she pops up, finds the ball, and this is just no different. She knows exactly where the play is, gets up so quickly, turns, dives well in front of the plate to make that out.
Now batting, shortstop.
Not spending an appeal on that one for sure. She did get her on the shoulder before the hand went across.
Yeah, if she lets that ball, if she sits at home plate and lets her fielders get that, that's a run scored.
Shot left field, base hit. They're going to send the runner on around. The throw to the plate, cut off. And back to second it goes, and a run scores. You could hear Claire Connolly. You could hear her all the way back to Wisconsin with that rebel yell as she came across home plate. There's a run, 3-1. That was an explosive swing by Emma.
Yeah, early in the count, Doing a little damage with that base hit, scoring a run. It's just got to feel good for GTS to get that first run up on the board.
Anderson.
I mean, that was a yell of excitement. Tried to grab the inside corner with that one, so they have managed to chip away just enough to figure out. And by the way, second time through against Clark.
Clark was smooth, clean, all through that lineup the first round. And now we're seeing some adjustments being made.
Left field line, tracking it. De Leon runs out of space out there. I can't get past that yell of excitement from Conley there. Anderson popped up to the catcher back in the second inning. One and two the count, swinging for the downs that time. Sharky, her nickname. Kaylee Anderson. Just got a piece.
When you could see it out of this team, this GTS team, they feel like they have a chance now. When you're not able to produce anything, you're not even putting the barrel really on the ball against Clark, and you've got that 3-run deficit, it feels like you're never going to be able to come back. But now cutting that to a 2-run lead and putting the barrel on the ball, feels like you have more of an opportunity.
Beautiful curveball hits the outside corner though, and how about Bree Clark punching right back? They found her human for the first time, and with a rebel yell, they were absolutely thrilled that, yeah, we're on that scoreboard, baby. It's PGF.
'Cause we're up, California. I long to wrap my arms around you. Wanna love and renew you. Do all the things we used to do. Feel my toes in the sand, let my hair in the wind. I feel the love that we once shared. Here we come, California. Come and bring us back to life.
16U Platinum National Championship game. Premier Girls Fast Pitch, Amanda Freed, Darren Sutton, and you at the Anna Manning Stadium in beautiful Irvine, California. About 15 minutes with no traffic. Just somewhere like Corona Del Mar or Baby Beach at Corona Del Mar. Not too far from the Pacific Ocean. Here's Kennedy Shea. It's Kennedy Shea, Jasmine Ramos, and Bria Villano. 3, 4, and 5 for Unity Meadows Johnson. That's a bolt, but it's foul. In that psychological battle that you have back and forth in a game like this, I'm guessing that the Unity squad would love to punch right back with a run here.
Yeah, get that run back, because you can see GTS started to feel like they had some life on offense. They were getting some base hits. They were making things happen on the base paths. Scored that run. And Unity is not having it.
Coach Gonzalez, Coach Meadows, Coach Johnson on the other side. Outside corner, beautiful curveball, backwards K, strike 3 to Shea.
That took a little bit off of this pitch, right on the outside corner, a lot of spin. You can see Shea was not expecting that pitch.
There's that curveball again to a player who has learned so much from a key member of the Puerto Rican national team, Carla Claudio. And it's Jasmine Ramos. Sacrifice fly and an RBI. She's had a perfect day. She's also singled. That one right in on her hands. Dad's sport when he was younger. Her dad, Miguel, big-time wrestler. Mom, a track star, as that one just missed. As far as Jazzy goes, things beyond softball seem to be well within her grasp. National Honor Society, serves volunteers at her church, a 4.0 GPA. Now, simply put, the kind of athlete schools like to recruit. Well-rounded, taking care of all things.
Yeah, I'm in awe, really, of how these athletes balance so many things in their lives. For as much time as softball takes up, and then their school and having to perform in school in all areas.
Rolled right next to the bag. The shortstop side. The throw is off the mark, and Ramos is on. So Emma Andrews, she got a couple of steps away from that second base bag, turned it loose. It was just an errant throw.
Yeah, well hit ball. Played it well. That was a funny hop. Just isn't able to set her feet to throw an accurate throw over to first.
Look at that, faith over fear. That's beautiful. We all could take a lesson from that, no matter what we're going through personally, professionally. That one dropped down, a beautiful bunt. And everybody's safe. Almost looked like she got that one twice. That was just with the naked eye, though, watching it quickly.
Yeah, I'm with you, Darren. I saw the same thing. Up, yep. Hits her right there in the hip.
I'll pull together, have a conversation about it right here. Yeah, right there. Kind of in the ribs, actually.
Yeah.
A little bit higher.
And it really wouldn't have mattered had this play been made. It was bobbled a bit. So the throw wasn't on time.
All right, so as they get together, they, with the other eyes, don't see it that way. It did get her, though, so this is a break here. This is definitely a break for Unity.
Now batting, left fielder, number 2.
Michaela De Leon
De Leon.
drops down that bunt. It hugs the line. And that one trickles foul. I have the good fortune, and you helped me with it, which is wonderful, to MC the coaches banquet for both weeks of this event. And we get to know the umpires. This is a coveted event for umpires. A lot of Division I college umpires, elite umpires, enjoy getting the invite to this event. They're out of season at this time if you're looking at the college schedule. So it's something they mark on their calendars, and those who would dream of being college umpires or pro umpires also get invites here.
Yeah, this is a great place to get high quality reps over the 2 weeks.
1-2 the count. There are fun moments, I will say, during that banquet. There's some business that has to be taken care of. It's a coach's banquet. It's not an award show. I do both, like in emceeing, but there's some business. And the umpire section, the rules section, they're not kidding around during that section. There are those that will try.
Nope.
Now, CEO Dan Hayes not buying it. He's not into jokes at that point. But there was a great show. All the umpires that were taking part, they have their own meeting on that same night. They all came into the banquet room. And taking over, as you see, Thompson, McCarthy, Lorenzi, and Barros are this crew. And something they take a lot of pride in. And Dan Hay and his team takes a lot of pride in assembling a wonderful crew and putting together something modern, like an opportunity to review plays. That's what makes this the best of the best as far as events go. On the ground, shuffling over, tried to pop the tag down and did. Gabby Christopher, I think she had one tough hop to deal with earlier, but otherwise been about as dependable as a defender as there's been.
Yeah, been worked a lot over there in that position.
Now batting, third baseman, number 3, Kirsten Aldridge.
Kirsten Aldridge is from Polk City, Florida, Lake Region High School. 0-1 the count. Carolee and Jonathan, her parents. Loves watching Desiree Maldonado play. Has actually been able to take some lessons from her as well. That one lifted. Left center field hangs up very nicely. Landing in the glove of Dempsey, who started this game in the circle. It's a ball game, folks. Middle of fifth, 3-1. Oh, Unity, baby. Florida proud. A great group, a great travel softball group that at its core is Virginia based, but has started to grow around the country. North Carolina, Texas, of course, Virginia, its heartbeat.
Number 20.
Certainly this Florida team, this Meadows Johnson team, one of the pride teams. Indianapolis, Missouri's been part of it as well as we get going. With Allison Howlett grounded out to short back in the third inning. Taking just a moment, getting some new softballs. I like that. Put them to work. The third baseman, right-handed bat. That's that rise ball back again, and dangerous as ever. 0-2 the count.
Yeah, what Clark's done really well is she'll start with the rise ball about belt high, and then she'll just keep taking it up the ladder until she gets that swing and a miss, or until she has to change things up and bring it down in the zone.
Another 0-2 opportunity awaits. Unity speaks on their website about competing state, regional, and national tournaments. They also participate in showcase and college camps all up and down the East Coast. That's an area where they really want to grab a stranglehold and really send their players off to colleges. Good take on 0-2.
This is where Clark gets really difficult, because she'll take that ball up in the zone, she'll live there, and then she'll freeze the hitter with either that screwball, off-speed pitch, curve on the outside corner.
Allison National Honor Society, academic letter already. Volunteers for Aurora Healthcare, and a 4.0 unweighted grade point average. Just got a piece. Had some pretty strong words about her mom. Says she's my inspiration, strongest person I know, been by my side. I would be lost without her. 2-2 the count. Hold the hands in and lifts that one foul. Hey, it's one thing to share positive affirmations about your parents, your brother, your sister, your coach, but to say such a raw sentence as that, that's very telling. And very grateful for your mom.
Yeah, to be able to recognize how much of a sacrifice the family's put in. And sometimes as a parent, it's so nice to hear that also.
Oh, you bet. Rolled toward that hole, it flattened out. And when it flattened out, not much Kennedy Shea could do. I couldn't tell. It almost looked like it hit Aldridge's spikes. I'm not sure if it did.
Yeah, you knew it was going to be trouble as soon as you see her take a little step back and lets it take that extra hop. But yeah, that went from a high hop to flat against the ground. That's tough.
What do you got on that? You rule out a single?
I mean, yeah, you almost have to.
All right.
I'm not normally easy.
No, I know. You're tough. Drops down a bunt, charging. Boy, Johnny on the spot. Talk about a good defensive play by Aldridge. Sniffing that one out, knowing at the bottom of the order they're going to try and just sneak a run if they can.
Yeah, you can really see that GTS is working for one run at a time. Station to station, that's a really nice sacrifice bunt.
Addison Cluck, who has stayed in the circle to work. Second at bat for her. Popped up to the first baseman last time up. You talked about it earlier, but it's always unique to see a pitcher that not only changes line of sight dramatically, but within doing that is changing speeds as well. It's a gutsy pitch to back off up in the zone.
Yeah, absolutely.
But then it makes that look like it's 100. You know, good curveball. And she was well behind it because of the last pitch.
Yeah, Clark has such good spin and movement that you can see she's not trying to be too careful in the corner. She'll throw it right across the heart of the plate and just rely on her movement.
Hit hard, play on a backhand, long throw, what a play, wow! Aldridge picking a rocket and shooting it on across. Oh boy.
Yeah, wow, and runners hold too. That ball right on the line, has to turn and get her legs under her to make that throw, all while holding the runner at second base.
Center fielder, number 19, Kylie Thomas.
Kylie Thomas. 0-1 the count. Screwball sneaks right over the outside corner to Thomas, who has grounded out to short, popped up to the shortstop as well. This GTS team in the black uniforms out of Wisconsin. The Unity team out of Virginia. But this is a Florida-based Virginia team. Popped up, over the shoulder grab. McKenna Meadows. Just shy of that outfield grass, it is Meadows that hauls it in. My goodness, defense there behind Bree Clark. She owned GTS early on. This time her friends are there for Aldridge. I got your back. Hey, 97, I got your back as well. Let's do this thing. What a great day to celebrate softball. Just the beginning of championships. PGF 16U Platinum Championship. Unity Meadows Johnson, the Florida-based team. For this Unity program, on top by a score of 3-1. Leonie Verouette. One 1-0 the count. We've seen Clutch. She definitely showed a different look. Had a clean inning without a run scoring. Managed to work through it last inning. But there's been traffic every single inning for this Unity team. They have really found a way to keep the pressure on against two good pitchers.
Yeah, they really have. They've been putting the ball hard in play. They've been forcing a lot of errors. Showing off some good base running and then coming through with some clutch, timely hitting, some good situational hitting.
I mean, even just if you're pitch counting, if you're into that, it's almost 110 pitches being thrown by GTS, and right in the mid-50s being thrown on the other side. They've just made them work.
Right.
All that being said, it's a two-run game.
Yeah, it's still really, really close.
Good two-strike take. Verouette grounded out to third, walked and was stranded. Miami native. Will hang around a little bit more. Her parents, Laura and Willie. Her older brother is Riley. Riley's 22 years old. We've asked all these athletes about other sports that they've enjoyed playing, and Leonie said it's kind of softball for me, and I love it. And she pops that one up. Shallow center, run down. Thomas didn't miss a beat, just kept on charging and put that one away.
It looked like for a second that could have been trouble Thomas playing a little deep, giving some respect to the power. Had to run a long way in, but makes that first out.
Meadows.
0-1 the count on McKenna Meadows. Some injuries early on this summer, frustrating, dealing with adversity. She's a pitcher as well. It definitely impacted her pitching. Finally healthy, feeling strong. What a day this is to feel great and have your team on top. 2 outs in the inning. Allison Howlett went over and puts that one away in foul territory. This is all you can ask of Cluck. You know, you've got a 0 in the 5th, 0 in the 6th. She'd love to do it a couple of more times, give her team a chance at least to scrap.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I think at this point in the ball game, you go hard right through the zone. You rely on your defense. But your priority is to get your team back in the dugout and get to work on offense. This game is not out of reach. Only 2 runs. I mean, we know how quickly that can turn.
GTS will send up 2, 3, and 4 in the order. Brackett, Connolly, and Dempsey. In a 3-1 game at this point. As the pesky Alyssa Henry lifts that one foul. When they needed her to put one on the ground with a runner at third, she did. It was an RBI, and it was a ground out. When they needed a single and a bag, she got that too. Stolen base. She knew she was safe. They appealed it. She was right. She eventually came around to score. The kind of hitter, the kind of athlete the pitchers just don't want to deal with. Give me your power hitter with the longer swing. I'd rather deal with that.
Any day.
About a perfect of a pitch as you can make. Get that slapper to think it's in and off the plate, but then it wasn't.
Yep, really well executed. And those toes are up on that chalk line. There is not a lot of space inside.
On the ground on a high hop, hurrying, and the throw is wild. Looking to take an extra bag. Is there a play? Oh, you bet there is, except it is dropped. And with a head first slide, ever so slightly slipping away, and when the door cracked, there she was again. Henry dove right through it. Single and an error that time.
Had a good job of putting that ball in play. A rushed throw, that's what speed does. And GTS has her caught, but this has been their Achilles heel all day, is those errors. You catch that ball, most likely that out is made. They may even had a chance at the play at first. But instead, Henry, who has just been making waves all game long, finds herself at second.
Yeah, and then really what will be almost feel like a debilitating run should she score.
Number 16, Adeline Matthews.
It's a little bit of misfortune is the fortune for Unity. 0-1 the count. Adeline Matthews singled and scored back in the 3rd inning, flied to left and grounded out. Line drive, base hit, left field. They're going to test that gifted arm. Here's the throw to the plate. It is cut off. The head first slide. Out. Holding on to the softball, but a huge, huge add-on run. Alyssa Henry, how key has she been? All over the base paths with big runs, and they may take another look at this one. Let's see. We're not going to hurry out just yet. Boy, Matthews, what a swing of the bat that time.
Yeah, and you talked about that run being scored. Didn't need to score, should have been an out, but instead, Unity puts another run up on the board, and the ball cut going to 2, and the challenge is going to be does she have control of the ball as she's making that tag? You can see there between her legs the bobble of the ball.
The umpires got together and just with their eyes upon it said, you're exactly right. That's what happened. And love when they get together and get it right. Working as a team. Well done. Yep. All right, Kennedy Shea. Runner at second. Matthews with a big RBI and Alyssa Henry. Say that name again, 4-1 the score. One and one the count on Kennedy.
You can see the ball beats, the tag is there. But right there, you could see that bobble. Hands also off the, that's a tricky sequence of events right there. Ball bobbles, hands off the bag.
Fly ball left. Charging in, looking into that sun, Hildy Dempsey puts that one away. A massive add-on run. 4-1 is the score for the talented Unity team out of Florida. The 16U PGF Platinum National Championship game. Well, I know I'm sitting next to an elite, world-class pitcher, how much she loved her defenders. You've loved what Unity has done today.
It's been so much fun to watch, and this is really where they're shining in the ball game. Not only are they hitting the ball, but they are not allowing anything to drop. All plays are being made, running the ball down. So much going on behind the plate, not just receiving, catching fly balls, going back, making that tag in this incredible backhanded across the diamond out. This is a gorgeous play. Running back on the ball. Meadows over the shoulder. I mean, Bree Clark has been keeping it on lockdown in the circle as well, but her defense has just been picking her up.
And she gives way to a new arm in the circle. Meet Coda Travers, who goes to work. She's from Davie, Florida, Travers is. Committed to go to West Point this 2025. She's from American Heritage High School. Kathy and Larry, her parents, and she is the baby of 4. Opportunity for Coda Travers to take this game home. What a no the count. Right here, heart of the order that Coda's dealing with. Emma Brackett, Claire Connolly, Hildy Dempsey. Pretty good curveball, it's outside. Her words, these are her words, Amanda. Right-handed pitcher, throws low in the zone, curveball on both sides of the plate. I focus on my mound presence, my ability to stay calm in stress. Those are her words.
She's a hard thrower. She's throwing the low 60s, keeps that ball down in the zone like she mentioned. And hey, why not? If your defense is playing as well as they are, let them put the ball hard on the ground. Let your defense go to work.
Pretty good pitch. She may be a Floridian, but Rachel Garcia is her idol. She has found a ton of video of her work. You know her oh so very well, obviously. She said, and I quote, "She inspires me because of her mound presence and the movement of all of her pitches." She was special, huh?
Yeah. Rachel was just one of those athletes. I mean, a two-way player. You see her in the field, see her at the bat. But in the circle, she was so dominating and so consistent and had that mound presence that Travers is talking about.
Go to Travers. Her foe, Emma Brackett, in the 3-2. Pounded off that dirt, skips right on through. That's a beautiful approach. That's exactly what Brackett wanted to do. That's twice she's been on with the single.
Yeah, look at this high hop. Look at that foot position out in front of the plate. But she pounds that ball. Even if it's fielded, I was watching the pace at her moving down to first base, and that was going to be a base hit.
Brackett's ready to roll. Quick offensive conference. Claire Connolly
Now batting.
has her conversation, then hops in.
Number 54.
Connolly singled back in the 4th inning.
Connolly.
Curveball. She talked about it. Hits the outside corner. 0-1. Travers, as she works in the circle, an NHS member, honor roll throughout school, AP scholar, and a counselor at softball camp as well. Slap base hit left field. GTS picking them up, putting them down, making some noise on the base pads. How about that approach for Claire?
Yeah, I like that. Hands back, let the ball travel. Look at how calm that is. Nice swing into left field.
Now batting. Number 1.
Clark looks on as her teammate
Dempsey.
looks to push on past the finish line. Travers. Here's Hildy Dempsey. Oh, she's a fun athlete, huh? So our pitch, wicked, down in the zone, tough to handle. See her with a big arm playing left field, just a pure athlete. Pokes that one, ready for it. And is on 2nd and 3rd. Dempsey with a pretty sack bunt. So playing for a couple of runs instead of turning her loose to maybe see if she can find an alley somewhere.
I think that could have been more effective if the pitch was on the inside part of the plate and she could bring it with
Now
her
batting.
to first base and possibly go for that
Number
bunt
7.
for a base hit.
Emma Andrews.
But instead, now 2 runners in scoring position.
Emma Andrews. On the flip side, you have 6 outs to go. You just gave them one.
Right.
And that gives you a little bit of confidence. I mean, when outs become at a premium, so there's a give and take on making that decision. The key is you better get it right and get it down. She did. She did. 1-1 the count. In a game like this, there's so much anxiety and pressure, and you're feeling it, you're having fun, but you start count. Okay, how many outs do we need to get?
Yep.
It's 5 now.
Nice
Oh boy, that
pitch.
curveball is good, isn't it? She runs it right at the knees, and then all of a sudden it takes a left turn. Coda rocking and rolling. Bounced out towards short. Run scores. 4 outs. Is what they are thinking. 2 outs in this inning. Emma Andrews drives in a run, though. And now you're 2 away.
Now batting.
Both teams glass half full, doing what they want to do.
Kaylee Anderson.
Here's Kaylee Anderson. That bunt, by the way, flips the script if she drives her in right here with the 2-out RBI.
Absolutely.
What do you do with that pitch?
Oof.
It's a ball until the very end.
Yeah. And you don't know, this is the first round through. seeing Travers, so different looks at these different pitches. Yeah, look at that bend last minute. You got to get that thing out front.
I guess you could try, and as you learn, maybe take away some of that movement, move back in the box. Hitters will tell you, I don't move much in the box. That's not the modern game, especially. Big wide stance, 1-2 the count.
Reaching for that pitch on the outside. Travers has done a nice job of working both sides of the plate. She's brought it up in the zone. You know she can throw it hard down.
Two and two the count. Anderson looking for her first hit of this game. Done a great job behind the plate. Has had a wonderful tournament. What a great night here in Irvine, California. 2-2. Pulls the hands in, rolls it. Gotta hurry. Got her. Kennedy Shea deep in that 5-hole. Continuing to shine, the defense of Unity Meadows Johnson. (4-2) 16U Platinum Championship game. And we've got a team out of Hawaii and a team out of Arizona playing for that 18U Platinum Championship. Excited about that. West is best in that case. Look at those shades. That's a good look. Well, here we go. Let's play this final frame and see where it takes us. Amanda and I are glad you're with us for this 16U Platinum game.
Leading off the top of the 7th, first baseman for Unity, number 21, Jasmine Ramos.
One team out of Florida, one team out of Wisconsin. If you go back a decade and you look at the Platinum Championships, you will see at the Platinum level, 16 and 18, all 4 teams finalists, California-based teams. 1 decade ago, this is such a border-to-border tournament. My, how times have changed. Good pitch.
Yeah, I remember how excited we were when we finally did see the out-of-state teams start to populate the championship games, and then it became almost overwhelmingly that we were seeing the out-of-state teams, and it's been really fun to see this tournament grow and evolve, and this sport really, as you mentioned, has become coast to coast. So deep, so fun. I know the families love coming out here. It's such a great atmosphere.
Hit hard but foul. It's hard to beat spending time here in Irvine, there in Huntington Beach, there in Fountain Valley. That Huntington Beach complex is a one of a kind. Acres of games after games, and the jubilation and sometimes the sadness of athletes and then college coaches sitting on buckets behind fences. Hey, wait, you're a legendary coach hiding out here. That's where I first met the legend Mike Candrea. That's strike 3. There's a little lightning in that arm, and you can see it is a totally different look than Dempsey, who started this game.
Yeah, there's still a lot of energy in that GTS team. They know they've got one more half inning coming.
Right fielder, number 8.
So they're looking to make this half inning as smooth as possible.
Villado pops it up back of short, where Emma Andrews retreats. Madison Cluck has been really good, kept it close. There's been traffic every single inning.
Michaela De Leon.
Should she work through this and sit down Michaela, it would be the first clean frame. That one misses outside. Yeah, this sport, this event, as far as coaches and coming to watch, is unlike any other. That's ball 4. It was funny, I had a chance. My softball show last week, I talked to Chris Ganiff, the new head coach at Notre Dame. What a loyal, fighting Irish coach who has stayed now, taking over that program. Here, coming out here. She was already making her plans to come out here. They all do. And they can hide, but not. They don't want to hide too much. They want to proudly represent with their logos. Back to the screen it goes.
Yeah, I know they want to be seen to a certain extent because you want to represent your school and know that these athletes see that you're interested and involved. And they like coming out and socializing with each other also. They've got such long seasons out on the road. But a lot of those college coaches have played with each other, have obviously competed against each other for a long time.
Stolen base that time. De Leon sneaks in there. I think you make a good point. Oh, interference there, so stepping out in front, and that'll do it. So we move on to the bottom half. 16U Platinum Championship game. Premier Girls Fast Pitch. 4-2 is the number. One last chance for the athletes out of Wisconsin. (4-2 is the score, and by the way, leaving early there just a moment ago, taking off, trying to steal that bag. Michaela De Leon a couple of steps early. So to clean that up just a bit, that's why that inning came to an end. Now on to the bottom half of the 7th. And 3 outs away from a championship. And let's see, are they going to challenge this here? Let's see. No one has come onto the field defensively. Okay. That was a great reaction, by the way. He was let known by our home plate umpire here that if you did get your first review correct and you overturned your call, you hold on to it. And coach said, I don't want to take it home with me.
Take it home. Which is very true. Why not?
So we're looking to see if she left early. We'll get our best looks together here and let the review crew decide. That's tough. What do you think? Step off? There we go.
Right.
Separation there.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, it's really not by much. When that's in full motion, full speed, that's a lot closer than it looks right there. But unfortunately, replay will get you on that.
Yeah, super tight. Good call by our umpiring team. Okay, they took a look. Now Unity will come out. Those 3 outs ahead of them. And a 2-run lead. Scrapping and scraping with the single run GTS, the 16U Elite Gonzalez coach team out of Wisconsin. They went single sack bunt. And then a ground out and an RBI. Emma Andrews and Kaylee Anderson grounded out as well, pulling 1 run closer. McKenna Hawley is ready to roll. She takes over in the circle.
Leading off at the bottom of the 7th for GTS Elite. Third baseman.
McKenna's from Orlando, Florida.
Would
love to play at Central Florida someday. He's at Trinity Prep School in Orlando. These last 3 outs, she hopes, are hers. Bridget and James, her parents. Caitlin and JJ, her siblings. She's a basketball player and a weightlifter as well, competitively. And there she goes. That one fired back up over our head. 0-1 the count. Allison Howlett singled and grounded out to short.
Now pitching.
Any base runners at this point for GTS is huge. It puts you within that one swing of tying the ball game.
Lifted, left field line. Up against the fence, running out of room out there is Michaela De Leon. Virginia Unity Meadows Johnson, the Florida-based 16U team. With Cody Meadows as their head coach, John Henry, Willie Virouette, and Chris Villanova as his assistants. The Tampa Mustangs merging in to help build this program. 3 outs away. Out toward third. Slips away, and again an opportunity to send the tying run to the plate. A low throw, and Ramos went down to get it, just couldn't hold on to it. I'm not sure if that even bounced.
Now we've been talking so much about this solid defense.
Now batting,
Throw across the diamond is a little low. Yeah, catches it right on the dirt.
Gabby Christopher.
Lifted left field, that's pretty well struck to the wall, off the base of the wall. All around the diamond, runners on second and third, a couple of tying runs on. It's 2 bags for Gabby Christopher.
Wow, we just talked about getting that base runner on. It was via the air, and then this long ball, one hops the fence. Howlett all the way first to third. Christopher over to second. Now tying run out at second in scoring position.
And so Addie Holbert now gets an opportunity for the first time. The pride of Rockton, Illinois, number 99.
In the batter's box.
Holbert, 2026 grad who would love to play for the Wisconsin Badgers when the time comes. Daughter of Anna and Brian. It's Addie's time. High pop. That one does not reach the seats. Instead, it's Matthews with a fine play. That's exactly what you want there. Runners have to stay put. Oh, what a big first
Now
out.
batting, center fielder, number 19, Kylie Thomas.
Kylie Thomas, 0 for 3. He's had a wonderful PGF tournament, though. 1-0 the count. McKenna Roxon fires. And that one up above the third base dugout. McKenna dubs herself a strong, accurate spin pitcher with good movement, excellent rise ball, and a changeup that complements it well. Curve and a screwball trying to paint the corners along with. There's that rise ball grounded out towards short. Safe! Safe! Everybody's safe! Wow! Just a little bit of hesitation was all that it took, and it was Howlett coming 2 steps off bag at third. It caused a brief pause, and then everybody was safe. 4-3.
God, there's so many things
boy.
right now. I mean, look at how far off Howlett is. If you go for her, you have that out. She's too far off of third base, but instead the throws across the diamond. Thomas is way too quick to hesitate at all, but this is a really close play at first, and you wonder maybe if they had that challenge available that they used that last inning.
Yeah, that's gone. You're exactly
Maybe
right.
would they have used that challenge there?
Well, the out was in front of her. I understand defensively they have been so dependable, but the out there from Aldridge was there. If she would, you know, but you understand it. You look at that base runner, and you think you have 1 second to pause and look her back. She didn't have that 1 second. Oh my goodness, it can't get any close.
That's so close, but I
Production
also
team's
think
incredible, by the way.
if Ramos extends out a little further, then that's a more definitive out. She kind of held her body in tight and didn't get full extension out to the throw.
McKenna Holly, this is what you signed up for. All the fun, all the pressure. One away, runners on first and third. Emma Brackett. By the way, we're now back to the heart of the order for GTS. It was Thomas that got that unique infield single. You can call it a fielder's choice if you'd like. Either way, runners are on first and third. Here is Emma Brackett. Emma's 2 for 3. To the backstop it goes. How far away? Not far enough. But runners now on second and third with that wild pitch. Which means you find the outfield grass with a base hit, you got a shot to walk this game off. Wow. They have trailed this entire game, the team out of Wisconsin. And it's felt like a larger gap than it actually has been. Now they're a single away from shocking everyone. McKenna Meadows, the second baseman, will pitch. Talking about Meadows, who now back to full strength. Well, that wild pitch a moment ago, that's a tough choice.
Oh, man, I know. With that trail runner, though, you think, okay, if that trail runner's off, she can go first to third and replace that runner. But there were so many opportunities to make the decision to go home. I really think that that could have been that tying run. But you're at the heart of your lineup also, so, you know, you also don't want to give up a free out at home. And if you don't make that decision right away, then you have to hold. You can't hesitate as long as she did. So ultimately, nothing hurt. 2 runners still in scoring position.
McKenna Meadows, a big opportunity here. Paints the outside corner with strike 1. 1 out, bottom half, final frame. Tying run at third, winning run at second. Drops down a bunt. The play to the plate. The tag out at the plate. Huge defensive play.
This was such a good idea. That ball just contacted too hard. Meadows didn't have to charge too badly. It was able to make a throw, and then that slide a little late. But really, nothing you could do about that. That ball, unfortunately, was put in play, which was a great effort, what you want to do with the sacrifice or a squeeze. But Meadows fielded that really well.
The aptly named Unity team trying to stay together to the very end. 1-1 the count. And the athlete who played second base this entire game moves inside the circle. Two and 1 the count.
And you see everybody in that GTS dugout is pinched into that doorway. They've been louder this half inning than they have been the entire ball game.
Rolled past the circle, the flip, that'll do it! Oh, the team from Florida, so much pride! Unity Meadows Johnson, the winner of this year's PGF 16U Platinum National Championship. And what an unforgettable opening game.
Well, we knew this one was going to be a tough one, and the way the pitchers came out and dominated in the circle, we knew runs were going to be at a premium. You've got to tip your cap to GTS for really putting the pressure on in this last half inning. Unity had to work hard till the very end to get that final out. they played this game on top and managed to come away with the championship.
Cody Meadows, John Henry, Willie Virouette, and Chris Villanova, the head coaches of the championship team. And their athletes, very strong athletes, fun to watch. And congratulations for the Wisconsin-based team coming so far. And what a great program they have built, this GTS 16U Elite. Gonzalez, Morgan, and her husband, Mike, the pride of Wisconsin. Boy, they provided a wonderfully entertaining matchup. Let's get on out of here. We're going to pause, if only briefly, because we're just getting started. 2 weeks of magic here in Irvine, California. The 18U Platinum Division National Championship is coming up next. Hawaii, Arizona are standing by to thrill you one more time. On behalf of our amazing production team, and of course the leadership of PGF, she's Amanda Freed. My name is Darren Sutton. Unity, unified, pulling things together at the right time, they win it. We'll see you back at the ballpark soon.